Thanks. Taoiseach, yesterday's announcement will have offered very little in the way of comfort or clarity for those working in the tourism and hospitality industry. Those representing the sector had hoped to see additional sector-specific supports, but it wasn't forthcoming, unfortunately. The tourism season is over now, and hundreds of thousands of people who work in the sector are staring into the abyss. The Irish Hotel Federation has said that 100,000 people working in tourism have already lost their jobs, and another 100,000 jobs are now at risk. The solution provided by the government, the tax rebate, is woefully inadequate to deal with this situation. We've told you that umpteen times. It's not due to come out until October, a time when most people cannot or will not be going on holidays. It offers a limited rebate next year for those who can afford to go on holidays. And worst of all, it excludes over 700,000 people, those on low pay, carers, the vast majority of pensioners, and people who lost their work or their job due to the pandemic. All excluded. It's a shambles, but a shambles cleverly drafted to exclude the maximum number of people. Sinn Féin had put forward a plan that would have given vouchers during the summer when families are in a position to take a holiday. Our plan would have seen each adult receive a voucher worth €200, while every child in the state would be entitled to a voucher worth €100. Schemes of this type are in place in other jurisdictions. It would have put money directly into the pockets of every adult and child in the country, regardless of their tax or socio-economic status, which would then have been spent in the Irish domestic tourism and hospitality sector. Instead, we have a €105 of a tax rebate for the very small cohort who are eligible and who are available to holiday from October and in November. Another sector that has been brought to its knees by this pandemic is the entertainment sector. That's 35,000 full and part-time highly skilled workers who have been almost entirely out of work since the 12th of March. The industry has been completely shut down by government due to the pandemic. There are no job opportunities for these workers, and there's literally no end in sight for them either. This sector needs specific and long-term support if workers and their families are going to survive the next few months. Now is not the time to make cuts to COVID payments. Some months ago, Sinn Féin had called for the PUP and the temporary wage subsidy scheme to be extended to the end of the year at the original rates for all those sectors still shut out of work due to the pandemic. We need specific grant funding for 2021 for this industry, or until such time as they can reopen and resume work, to make sure that they are in a position to do so when the industry is reopened. We put forward 3 substantial grant schemes for SMEs and micro-businesses of between €12,000 and €25,000, as well as sole trader grants of €5,000, as was the case in the North and in other European countries. The €5 million live performance support scheme is welcome, but it's clearly too little too late. €1 million for the music industry is a drop in the ocean, and again, a whole swathe of musicians are excluded because only professional musicians will qualify. Taxis are another industry. We brought forward solutions this morning and practical measures that would help the taxi drivers to make a sustainable living in the next few months. Now, I had only a couple of minutes to speak this evening, but you actually need a few hours to go through the whole list of sectors that the government have let down.
I've left you way over time.
All right, okay, thanks.